Hello everyone, this is Clint with Got to Get It Done, and today I'm going to talk about a Z Fold 2 case that I have that I've been using for probably the last 4 months, and that is the LaterCase, the impossibly thin phone case. Here are the basic specs: ultra thin at 0.6 millimeters, featherweight, it's only 10 grams. It does have a very interesting texture to it, and supposedly it's 5 times stronger than steel. I'm not sure about that. But it is a really nice case. I really like it. There's very few cases for the Z Fold 2 that I like. I am personally not a case fan. I prefer to usually have my devices with no case on it. Right now I have a D brand skin on the back of this, and that's just because these things are just darn slippery. They're really hard to hang on to. And here in Colorado it's super dry, so that doesn't help at all when your hands are completely dry and you're trying to hang on to a piece of glass slab. So really the main reason I use a case is for grip, and especially for this particular phone, and that's because it's a little difficult to open. So when you're grabbing it here, this part right here is really slippery. So having a case on there is very useful, just to be able to help open that guy up. But these metal curves here are really slippery. You almost have to like kind of put your nail in there a little bit and then pull it open. I've got the motion down pretty well, but it works better with the case. So anyways, the case here I'm talking about is a two-piece case, as in most Z Fold cases have to be two pieces because of the very unique design of the Z Fold 2. But I'll tell you right now, I don't use this at all. So this front piece right here, I do not use. I tried it for a while, and I just don't like it. It just pops off. It feels funny when you're using the phone. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. So mostly I just use the back piece, and again, that's for mostly the grip part of it. Since I don't like cases, I really like these aramid fiber type cases. They're super thin. It's hard to tell you even have a case on here. And I've been using this type of case for a long time. One of my favorite brand cases is from Pitaka, which I think is a lot like this case here. This particular case is one for my iPhone 12. Pitaka is super thin. I've used these for years and years, and they're really good cases. They're a little bit pricey, but not too bad at all. But as you can tell, they're very similar. Just going the right way here. Very similar to the LaterCase, almost identical to the type, and the way they feel also is very similar too. So these are really great. However, they don't make them for a lot of different phones. They usually make them for an iPhone or maybe the Galaxy phones. So that's kind of a bummer there. So if you have a specialized phone or a different phone that's not the mainstream phone, you can get the LaterCase. So that works out pretty good. Anyways, this guy just kind of pops right on here. And just kind of locks in. Here it snaps into place, and the back piece does not move. It stays right on there, no problems. It doesn't move at all. I like the way it feels. It's really good, and it does help with me opening the phone up. It works pretty good with the grip itself. Now the front piece just kind of does the exact same thing. Just kind of snaps right on there. And then just kind of gets that edge there like that. Well, you know, like I said, it's not super great. It gets kind of flimsy right through here. You can see that there. And then I feel it when I'm dragging across, or I'm dragging across this way, or from the bottom. I don't know. Whoops. I don't know. it's just not super great for me. So I usually leave it off just because I can feel it like popping around inside my pocket when I pull it out. But it looks great. So from the side, it looks really good. But really, this case offers almost zero protection for any kind of drops, but it does work really good for scratches. So you can set your phone down and not worry about what you're setting it down on. So that's good. But like I said, normally I just pull this front piece off and I just roll it without any kind of front. In comparison to another case that I did a video on, which is the Samsung stand case, as you can see, they're also pretty similar in construction. They both use an aramid fiber. They feel totally different though. So Samsung's fiber has a lot less, I guess, texture to it. It's still soft, feels great. I really like this case. I switch these two out usually, depending if I'm going to need the stand or not. So I really like them both, but they are a little bit different. There's a little bit more texture. I think it's a little bit more grippy on the LaterCase. So it's pretty nice compared to this one, which is also a good case. And they're both not cheap. So I don't know of a cheap or a less expensive version of the aramid key. Yeah, so the back part sits there really well. As you can see, it works. All the cutouts here on the bottom are good. One thing I like about this is it's easy to plug in a charger or something like that because of the thinness of the case. I don't have any problems with that. I use DeX a lot on this phone, so it's nice not to have to take the case off. And here on the side, you have a good opening for the volume button and the power fingerprint button. And that little cutout right there makes it really easy to find. So when you're coming across it, you can find that fingerprint button, which you have to do often. And then on the top, you just have the cutouts for the microphone. And you can see there's just a little bit sticking above the camera area, so I feel a little bit better when I set this down on the back to not scratch the cameras. Works pretty good. Also, wireless charging works no problem. No problem on the wireless charging, which is extremely important for me because I use wireless charging almost exclusively. I do every once in a while plug it in, but most of the time it's just wireless charging. So everything I own has to work with that. So that works pretty good. But yeah, I mean, you can't get a better feeling case. I really like the way this case feels. And so if you're in the market for just a thin case that just helps with grip, I would recommend this case to you. Again, it's a little pricey, but not too bad because it's pretty in line with other aramid cases. But anyways, that's all I have. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. See you on the next one.